Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel, GBroady Crafts. So today is another week of Mayflower Mondays with the lovely Jamie Lula, and today I am just going to very quickly and easily alter a notebook. So it's a lovely gift idea to cheer somebody up, and quick and easy, and a lovely way of using our flowers. So I'm just going to open the spine like so, just enough so that we can take those sheets out, and then let's cover them with some gorgeous papers. And I am just going to apply a generous amount of glue onto the notepad front and get that covered as much as I possibly can. And I'm going to make sure that I go down the spine here and then in between each of those, like so. And once I have done that, let me just, knocking the glue over next to myself. So I'm making sure that I've got the paper on the side that I want it, and then I am just going to place that down like so. And make sure it adheres. Will we fit both? No, we won't. So we're going to need two different sheets of paper. So then we're just going to let that adhere and cut it out. And obviously I'm going to do exactly the same technique for both sides of the notepad. And then we get to the fun part of just quickly decorating it up. And I'll do the, I will do that with you in just a moment. Okay, so now that is glued down, I am just going to go around the edges of this with my peacock feather and distress ink, just to frame it a little bit. I just always think things look better framed in some way or another. I think that's sort of standard for my work. It's one of those things that's like, unless it's done, it just doesn't look right for me. So I'm just going to add that little bit of distress ink around the edges. Okay, and then once I have done that, I would then grab my crocodile, but any sort of punch that you have, and then we will just go down and pop those holes back in. Then what I'm going to do is repeat the exact same process that I have just done, and we will cover the inside of the notepad as always. Okay, so the final thing I do before I reassemble the book is I just like to make some little pockets. So I've just cut some of the paper that went on the front to size, and I'm going to just cut a little notch out of that with a circle. I've already sort of inked around the edges, but I'll just get the top there, and then do the same on this side. As I said, I'm not overly measuring because I just don't do measuring. Like far too much hard work. So we'll just pop that there like so. What I would do is just edge the pocket in black, of course, and then possibly do a little bit of a stitching detail. But what I might do is make it almost look like it's been cross-stitched into the notebook. So if I'll grab that, and then let's just put glue around the three edges. And then I think it's these little things that just make it a bit more than a notepad that you can buy from the shops. And it's nice having a pretty altered notepad, but I just think it's these little extras that just, you know, make it that little bit different. So what I might do is almost draw some cross stitches like so, make it look like it's been stitched on, and then maybe do a faux stitching around the edge of the pocket. Now I am also going to put a black line around all the front edges of the notebook that will be seen, and I'm also going to add this doodly border as well. And then once I've done that, we will put the notepad back together and then decorate it with all our flowers. Putting the journal back together is fairly simple. We're just going to slot this back in. You want to pop the front cover in first and the front cover facing out as it should be. So I'm just going to slide that in. I'm just aware that these videos we like to keep them to about 10 minutes, so I'm hoping I'm not going to faff too much. If I do, I'll end up going off, but I kind of want to show this bit because it's the yeah, one of the making a meal of it. There we go. So there, slide that on there, and then you want to put the back cover on, but you want the back of it facing out. So again, you slide that down. I'm going to squeeze those back in so that they hold the notepad as they should. And once I have squeezed it back in, we just need to flip the back cover. That goes round and goes back to the back. So now we have our front cover with the pocket and the back cover with the pocket as well. And already that looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just going to have a fiddle with some of my flowers. I've got these little flowers in my bit box. They were from the same kit that I pulled the flowers from in last week's card. So they were just sort of sat on my desk, but actually while I had those toppers out, I sort of popped all the elements out and just popped them in my little sort of bit box that sits next to me, and they go really well with the colours that are on here. So I'm just going to stick those down with a bit of glue now, and then I am going to shadow this. I think it's going to be quite important in this card to shadow it because there's so many colours going on that these flowers could really easily get lost. Like I'm looking at the screen right now and I can barely see them. But shadowing, darker colours always recede to the background, and that pushes brighter colours forward. So it always makes such a difference to shadow your work. I like to shadow my work anyway. I think it makes a huge difference, but it is a little bit of a time consuming process, and we're trying to bring you a little bit of joy and happiness into your life, but without, you know, taking hours of your time. So what I'm going to do is just pop myself on to fast forward as I do this. So I'm hoping you can really see the difference there that has made, just adding that little bit of a shadowing effect, that now actually the flowers pop off the page rather than blend into the background. So that's what I was trying to achieve. I've also just sort of darkened the corners a little bit just for a bit of a reference. Right, I'm going to grab one of these blingy things. I'm thinking it's going to be a bit too blingy for my liking, but what I will do is trying to decide whether I want the gold or copper. Depends on how it looks against that background. Actually the copper, I think. Right, I'm going to add this in there, and then I am just going to knock that back ever so slightly with a little bit of gesso. Keep choosing this brush that's almost gone rock hard. There we go. I think I need to choose another brush. So just knock that back slightly, just so that it blends in a little bit. Then I have got some stickers to the side of me, and I am just going to spell out the word notes. And then I might just add, I think, a couple of gold splashes to the project. So let's see. I'll try and tuck that in there, and hopefully that will hopefully that will all fit on. So I've just got little letter stickers here. These are stickers that I've had. I don't think it is going to fit on. Maybe I have to do it further down the bottom then. Oops. So yep, just tuck that together like so. And then, as I said, I think I'm just going to finish that off with a few gold splashes. So if you have enjoyed it here and enjoy this concept, please do check out the description box below and see what all the other girls have created. I'm just going to have to nudge that over a little bit. Oh, actually, it's fine. What I'll do is I'll just give it a wee trim, because it will still be readable. Okay, then I'm just going to emphasise that sentiment just by doing a little scribbly line around it, just so that we can actually see it. Oh dear. So this is me trying to rush, trying to make sure that my video is done in the time frame, and now everything's falling off. Okay, so I've added the gold splashes, and I just feel that this flower, as impressive and gorgeous as it is a little bit lost, especially as the backgrounds ended up being quite dark. But I also have this flower in my stash that sort of matches the colours that I did for the shadowing, and I think that now will just bring that to life a little bit more. So I'm going to stick that down there and let that all dry. What I may do as well, because that's just a little bit too stark now, is again, like I did with this thing that is not wanting to stay on at all, I'm going to get a slightly softer brush. I think that may just help help the situation somewhat. I'm just going to knock the petals back of this brighter colour with a little bit of gesso, just so that you see the project as a whole and the flower doesn't overly stand out. But I also just think it's a little bit of darkness, which is just enough to blend it, enough to make it all match a little bit. So if you have enjoyed this project, please do pop down into the description box, check out all the other fabulous ladies in the collab. I know that they're incredibly talented and will have lots of amazing ideas to share with you. If you've enjoyed this concept, please do come back next Monday for the next episode. We'll be into week 3 of our Flower Mondays 2020 by then. And if you have enjoyed watching me craft away, please do consider liking and subscribing. And I will be back again with you very soon. Okay, take care then, and goodbye.